Welcome. We're in 2025. Now, I want to talk about 5 things to get your mind right for the new year. Now, obviously, New Year's resolution, I do a video like this almost every year. But the point I do it is because no matter what, how cliche it sounds, people are going to want to change. Now, these are just some simple things you can do. There's no particular order or rhyme or reason, but it'll give you an idea of the different mindsets and thought patterns you can use to reshape what you're going to do this year and get to some kind of goal or endeavor that you seek to do. So, the first one I always say is play to win. Don't play not to lose. A lot of times people look at it as, hey, I don't want to fail. I don't want things to go wrong. And that's reasonable. You don't want to make mistakes. But honestly, mistakes are going to happen. So we get so caught up in not messing up or not losing, we don't take the chances or the risks necessary to get further ahead. Now, for example, let's use sports. If you went 1 for 2, that means you won once, you lost once. Not too bad. Let's say you went 8 for 15. Still not too bad. You didn't lose that much. You didn't win that much. You're right in the middle zone. But how much happens with you only taking 8 attempts or 20 attempts, right? Now, let's say you're 75 for 25. You have more losses than both the other examples combined, but you have more wins by far too. Yeah, you take the good with the bad. Winning is obviously the goal, but there's going to be times when we don't. And I think that sets people apart when they try to make something happen because they think about what could go wrong or what they won't be able to fulfill. But in actuality, we got to take these chances. And I'd rather have the 75 and 25 record because I might have lost more, but I won more. Number two, set a goal with a high failure rate. I use my analogy of the Fight Club mentality all the time. And it's just saying that do something that has a lower chance of success. Not saying you want to fail, but it's just challenging. This kind of piggybacks on the other one because you're going to have to take these endeavors because a lot of times we do things in our comfort zone. I know people always say step out your comfort zone, but that's not easy to do. But it's better if you try to do things that you know are challenging. So the point of this is not saying do something you know you can't do at all. Do something that's in your lane or in your realm of abilities or skill sets, but just do it at a higher intensity. If you can do something in a certain time frame, try to do the same thing, but less time frame. You can do a certain amount of weight in the gym, do that same weight, but do it for more reps. You get what I'm saying? You got to add more intensity to make it more challenging because when the brain gets reinforced to behaviors, the goal of it is how do I motivate myself to want to do it again? Now, if you get it every time, you lose motivation because why you want to try something you already know you can do. And if you never get it, then you're going to be like, I don't want this because it's too dang hard. But doing something just high enough where it takes the skill sets because you're either going to fall short and figure out how to rebuild, or on the bright side, you might overcome it. And now what? You know you can do it. So it's either getting it, almost getting it, and learning. So where do you really fail in that sense of things, right? So try to do things that have a high failure rate. Number three, pivot on any idea or endeavor that's not really coming to fruition. Don't fall to the sunk cost. So the sunk cost effect is when we put too much into things that we feel we invested so much time or effort or even money that it only makes sense to keep doing because I come this far. I get that. You don't swim halfway across the ocean and say, I'm tired and swim back. That's a little more on the nose, but in all essence of it, sometimes you do have to swim back, sadly, because keep going across that ocean may not get you there, or you might make a wrong turn, or you're just not going to get to a place you truly want to be. And that's okay. I've pivoted so many times in my life, and even with just Mind Body One and business alone, I've had different names, different brands, different styles to get me to where I'm now thriving and get to a point where it all's coming together. But I had to change the lane, the direction. Did it mean I'm bad in everything? No. I still have essences of the old habits or the old traits. It's just that I had to reconstruct how those look. They might look a little different in this essence versus the old one, but some remnants were there. But you got to look at and analyze that this is not what I need right now or to this degree, and what do I need to bring in to make it better? Now, number four, do things that yield little monetary or materialistic gain. Do the things that rather yield you experience. And I emphasize this so much because once again, as I mentioned, I've gotten to the point where I'm at, mostly because I did the things that no one else wanted to do, or I did the things that people saw were needed, but they didn't have the ambition to try it. Or I just knew that, hey, I'm gonna do this grunt work or this lesser work now because it's gonna open up opportunities and experiences for me to learn how to be better on the next level. Because people misconstrue to think that you can just get some kind of certification and you're qualified. And this is what I tell people who work with me, for me, interns, employees, whoever, you gotta do the little stuff for less. I call it work incongruence theory. That means I'm doing less to hopefully get more, but keyword hopefully. You don't always get more, But no matter what you get on the outcome side, you're getting this experience that allows you to manipulate your tools. Because remember, life in any essence of what your endeavors are is about what tools can you bring to make it happen. And the more tools you have to make it happen, the more likely you can get the solution. I always tell people I consult with, or even my employees, if you have a skill set that's hard to say no to, it makes it very challenging not to succeed. That's what I take from it. Forget getting a little bit here. I've had many people come and go through my business who thought, hey, I want the big bucks now, even not close to the level of me, and they think they need to get more. In all actuality, they haven't proven themselves. So until then, do it for the love and the experience, because that'll take you so much further. And number 5, have conversations with people in your life, have different opinions with you, and disregard your personal beliefs so you can empathize from their perspective. And this is a big one. And the reason I like this, a lot of people fall to confirmation bias. We know what we know and we want what we want, and we're going to go with what supports that. When you learn something new or educate yourself, it's usually because you believe in the source. But a lot of times we get a little biased towards these sources and we don't want to hear anyone else outside of us. So that's when this one's so key, because the more you can open your mind to new thought, new thinking, gives you more perspective, so you can now, once again, go towards your goals, go towards your endeavors from a different mindset you would probably never looked at. You'd be surprised how much you can achieve and learn from that, because being creative and a problem solver is the key to getting success in any regard. People talk about, oh, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be successful in my job. That's because those people who get that, they're able to think about things, put it together in a way that others can't, and that's what makes them valuable. Your value doesn't come from some cushy position or some title. It comes from what you can do and emphasize. So by learning from other people, and like I said, disregard doesn't mean that you have to abandon your views, but when you listen to them, don't be quick to interject with, oh, I thought this or I think that, because now you're just coming to hear them out, but not really truly listen. Now, this whole list is just a few things I want you to take into consideration to get your mind right for 2025. But in actuality, there's so much more we can talk about. But the point of this is, if you set your mind to these kind of perspectives, it opens up opportunities and that cognitive flexibility for your brain to do what it needs to do to, like I said, get your mind right. So, hey, let's get to this. Second day of 2025. Let's do it.